Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new League of Legends video. So we have another video talking about an announcement made by Riot. I know there's been quite a few recently, but there's just so much new and very interesting or important information being released very recently. So for this one, we'll be talking about the ranked season and how it's going to be changing once the new season does hit, or at least once this season actually ends. Because there is some very big news. Solo queue and duo queue apparently is actually making a return. And this is going to be for all League of Legends players, not just maybe Challengers where they can only solo queue, or Diamond where you can only duo queue and nothing more. But to make things even more interesting, on top of solo queue and duo queue finally making a return and kind of scrapping dynamic queue, well, dynamic queue actually isn't fully being scrapped because now there's a second queue that is called ranked flex or flex queue, which is pretty much just a slightly different version of dynamic queue. So this is something I really wanted to talk to you guys about because I truly think it's a very important announcement, since for the longest of times, for several months, there has just been so much discussion and even controversy between solo/duo queue and dynamic queue. So let's talk about the solo queue changes. So yes, it is coming back, solo/duo queue, for every single rank, or in other words, every single player. But the major difference now is the fact that you will still be able to select your two preferred positions, but now you can veto your least favorite role whenever autofill is enabled, or if you choose actual just fill. So for example, if you choose fill, but let's say you just want to play anything but support, then you choose fill, you veto out support, and you'll get one of the other 4 roles. Or if you're playing just normal solo queue and you happen to have the autofill enabled, then you can say to it, you know what, I'm fine, you can autofill me, but just don't give me maybe top lane. So that's how solo queue is returning with sort of a new twist. It's bringing the best thing of dynamic queue, or I guess the new champion select, throwing it into the old system and making something wonderful. But next to that, we of course have that new ranked flex or flex queue. So let's talk about that next and just explain exactly what this is. So flex queue is pretty much the dynamic queue that we experience for most of this current ranked season, where you can queue up to 5 players, and those who climb here will earn unique rewards and an additional flare on their border, of course at the end of the season. But like I said, it's up to 5 players, so yeah, you can technically ranked 5s with your friends or your team or whatever and practice that, or you can just simply queue up for this solo and play with 4 other people. Chances are maybe those 4 are pre-mades, or 3 of them are pre-mades, or whatever, but this gives you sort of a more ranked team environment. So if you enjoy that solo queue environment where it's kind of individual skill focused and you can actually solo carry games, then that solo queue or duo queue system is probably the place you want to play at. If you enjoy slightly more team cooperated kind of games, then even if you're a solo player, the flex queue is probably where you want to go. So if you were wondering, the ranked 5 queue is essentially being removed and thrown into this ranked flex system. And also on top of this, if you're someone who climbs to at least gold division in the solo duo queue system and also in the ranked flex system, you unlock an extra special end of season reward. Now the biggest thing that I'm sure some people are kind of wondering or unsure about is, are these 2 queues different? Is the MMR different? Is the rating different? The answer to that, short and simple, is yes. The ELO, the MMR, everything is completely different. They are 2 completely different queues, and there is almost no correlation between them. But this also sort of brings up the issue of, what if you're a challenger player in the solo duo queue system and then you decide to jump into the flex queue system, which is completely different, your MMR is completely different as well. Does that mean that you're a challenger player essentially playing against maybe silvers in the other queue? Well, the answer to that is partly no, because even though I said there's almost no correlation between the 2 queues, there is still some correlation in the sense that one queue will sort of look at your MMR in the other queue and try to sort of base the MMR on the other queue off of it as well. So for instance, if you are a diamond in solo duo queue, but you've never touched flex queue, then once you start playing flex queue, chances are it's not going to just throw you in against silvers or bronzes. It's going to see that you are diamond in the solo duo queue system, and it's going to sort of correlate that and make it think, you know what, okay, if you're diamond here, then we're probably going to be playing around maybe low plat or high gold, and then you can sort of go from there. So to my understanding, that's how the queues are supposed to work. That's the new implementation of the ranked season and the ranked queues coming in very soon. And I mean, I'm pretty excited for it. I have to say, Riot finally listened to the whole community. Dynamic queue is still pretty much there. The 2 queues are going to be separate. People are getting best of both worlds. So if you're a dynamic queue player and you like to play with your friends or in a kind of a team-oriented environment for League of Legends, boom, flex queue is the way to go. If you're someone that likes to play solo queue or duo queue and nothing more and nothing less, then you obviously have a way to play as well. Everyone has something to do, everyone will get rewarded, no one is left behind, and I feel like this is a pretty damn good solution. The only issue I might see is the fact that one of the queues, and probably flex queue if anything, might be sort of starved of players, and I mean that can potentially increase the queue time, but there's no real way to tell until it finally happens and until you can actually look at statistics. But before we end off the video, there's another very important and huge announcement extremely recently made by Riot. Now, this is an announcement that I myself and a lot of other, especially veteran players of League of Legends, have been waiting for years. I mean, it's completely overdue, but it seems like it's finally here and it's about to be with us. Replays. And I'm not talking about fan-made replays or unofficial replays, I'm talking about Riot's very own official replay system. Back when I made a lot of my montages and all that stuff, I mean, this would have made my life so much easier. It's completely overdue, but at least on the bright side, you know what? They have been working on it, and it is finally on its way. Now, the time that it should be out for the public and for everyone else to use is around the preseason updates, so give it about a month or two, and then hopefully the preseason will hit, and hopefully the Assassin update, the ranked season will reset, and we'll also have this crazy new replay system. I don't know about you guys, but there has been a lot of very great news coming from Riot recently, and I mean, hopefully there's more to come. Hopefully they can announce the sandbox mode on its way as well, because that would just be absolutely perfect. But either way, I mean, it is what it is. Getting a lot of great things from Riot, so they're doing a great job clearly. Can't wait for the preseason, can't wait for all these changes, the Assassin update, the new client, the replay system, the new ranked season and the rank queues and all that good stuff. So I mean, if you're excited for this as much as I am, hit that like button to show your support and excitement. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you for my next video. Peace.